Hello everyone, my name is Matt Lockhart and I'm the Acting Director for the NIH Division of Loan Repayment. I'll be presenting about our program this evening. Thank you all for inviting us, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't make it with you all tonight virtually. But I did record this presentation and I hope that you find the information informative and beneficial. If you do have any additional questions or would like more information about our program, I will be providing our contact information at the end of this presentation. Also, if you can see my video, you will see that I'm a deaf person and I'm using American Sign Language, and the voice that you hear is from my interpreter, and she will be interpreting during this presentation. I hope you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. The first slide provides an overview of how our program works and important things that you need to know. First, all new awards for the extramural program, and the extramural program is for scientists doing research all over the United States at nonprofit institutions. It doesn't have to be specific to NIH. The extramural award is for 2 years. For those 2 years, you are committed to doing research during that time, and in turn, NIH will pay your educational student debt up to $50,000 annually or $100,000 over a two-year award term. The payments are made on a quarterly basis, and those payments are considered taxable. Therefore, we do add an additional 39% to that loan amount that we pay to reduce your tax liability. Renewal awards are available for this program for either 1 or 2 year terms. You can continue to renew your award until your educational loan debt is completely paid off. All of that is to reach our desired outcome to increase the nation's stock of biomedical research scientists. There are 6 subcategories for our extramural LRP. The top 3 that you see here, clinical research, pediatric research, and health disparities research, are our 3 largest categories, and they are supported by 24 different ICs, also known as institutes and centers. The next 2 are very specific and are only supported by 1 IC each. And then the final category is our newest category, and it opened this year for the first time, and that is supported by 24 different institutes and centers. And you can find more information on each subcategory on our website. That'll have more information about the type of research that they support and if you qualify for those specific subcategories. And in total, we receive approximately 2,500 to 2,600 applications annually, and we typically provide 1,300 awards, which is about a 50% success rate. Now let's take a look at the LRP eligibility criteria. You must meet all 5 of these eligibility criteria before the award start date, which is traditionally July 1st of the year following the application submission. So for this year, our application deadline is in November of 2021, and you must meet this criteria by July of 2022. First, you must be a U.S. citizen, a national, or a permanent resident. Second, you must have a qualifying degree, which is a doctoral level degree or an equivalent. Also, contraception and infertility research and the REACH program do have some exceptions and are willing to accept some master's level degrees or certificates. Also, for your educational loan debt, it must be at least 20% of your annual base income. For your research funding, It must be done and supported by a domestic nonprofit university or U.S. government agency, and that agency can be federal, state, or local. NIH grants and university salaries are considered eligible for this program. Your place of employment must be with a nonprofit entity, and it is not required to have an NIH grant to be eligible for this program. Lastly, you must have protected research time, and you must perform an average of 20 hours per week, and this is verified on a quarterly basis. Before you start your application, we strongly encourage you to reach out to at least one of our LRP program officers. As I mentioned before, we do have 24 institutes and centers, and each of them have different funding priorities, research priorities, and areas of interest. And it's important to see if your project aligns with these ICs. So to find that information out, we encourage you to contact a program officer and ask more about their research priorities and their mission, and to see if that aligns with your research plan and if it would be a good fit. On your application, you can identify 2 institutes and centers where you would like your application to be reviewed. Next, let's talk about writing a competitive LRP application. Here's a few things to consider. First, know the funding priorities of the NIH institute or center reviewing your application. Next, effectively demonstrate qualifications and your commitment to research. Talk about who you are, your scientific background, and where you are in your research career, and both your short-term and long-term objectives. Thoroughly describe your research environment, resources, and support. What resources will you have available to you while you're doing your research? Next, show a strong research plan. You're the architect of your career. Talk about the activities that you will be doing, future grants you will be applying for, or publications you may have. Also, we encourage you to provide strong reference letters. Your referees should show what's unique about you. They should talk about what your strengths are and about your dedication to a research career and how you will contribute to the NIH mission. All of these apply to the LRP, but also to any fellowship or grant application as well. When you're ready to apply, we strongly encourage you to take a look at our LRP website. There is a wealth of information there that you may find beneficial as you work through your application. We have the information on the program officers there under the Contact and Engage link. We also have an instruction guide, which includes video tutorials. There's also the information on when you can apply, which is on the bottom of the screen there. Our cycle has been open since September 1st, and it will close on November 18th, which is next Thursday. So that's the deadline for this year's application. We have a variety of different ways that you can contact us. You can contact us on our website. We also have our phone number and email listed here that goes directly to our information center, and they're available to answer your emails or calls through Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 Eastern Time. We're also on social media, Facebook and Twitter. And on those pages, we include a variety of program announcements, and you can take a look at those to get more information about our program. That wraps up my presentation. And again, I'm so sorry I couldn't make it with you all tonight, but I hope that you found this information beneficial. Please Please contact us if you have any additional questions. Thank you.